Madam Clerk?
Yes, Mayor. Township of Nutley Board of Commissioners public meeting Tuesday, May 17, 2016. The time is now 7:31. Pursuant to the requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, notice of this meeting was published in December 24, 2015 issues of the Nutley Sun, the Star Ledger, and the Herald News. A copy of this notice has been posted on the Nutley Town Hall Bulletin Board, and a copy is on file in the Municipal Clerk's office. Commissioner Rogers.
Oh, here. I'm sorry.
Commissioner Tucci.
Here.
Commissioner Evans.
Here.
Commissioner Petracco.
Here.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Here.
All present, Mayor.
Minutes and communications?
Yes, minutes for tonight or for March 18, 2016 for executive session. I need a motion.
Move the minutes.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye.
The Township of Nutley has submitted an event application for a street concert on Franklin Avenue between New Street and Stager Street on June 16, 2016 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I need a motion, please.
Move it.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye.
And that's it for communications.
Bills?
Bill is for Tuesday, May 17, 2016. Public Affairs, $159,998.88. Revenue and Finance, $2,430,779.52. Public Safety, $69,697,087. Public Works, $24,343.22. Parks and Public Property, $37,855.31. Total payroll, $789,581.22 for a grand total of $3,512,256.02.
Move the bills.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye. Reports, Commissioner Tucci?
Yes, I have a shade tree report for the month of April 2016.
A new item on our agenda. We're going to have public comment on agenda items only. Madam Clerk, will you read the notice?
Yes, Mayor. All persons addressing the Board of Commissioners regarding community concerns should approach the microphone and provide their name and address for the record. Unless further time is granted by the Board, each person shall limit their address to 3 minutes. All remarks to the Board and its individual members must be addressed to the Mayor. The Mayor may defer citizens' comments to the appropriate member of the Board. Dialogue between citizens and others addressing the Board shall be allowed unless the Mayor or presiding officer or the majority of the membership of the Board shall determine that the interests of decorum and or expeditious conduct of municipal business are being adversely affected by such dialogue.
Anyone from the public would like to be heard on agenda items only?
I have a question about agenda items. This is not the end of the meeting public comment. This is a different...
Correct.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Anybody else? All right, let's move on to ordinance public hearings. Commissioner Evans?
Thank you. Tonight I have a public hearing regarding a handicap parking spot. I'll read by title. An ordinance to amend an ordinance codified in the Code of the Township of Nutley, Chapter 228, entitled Vehicles and Traffic, particularly Article 7, Section 29A, entitled Handicapped Parking, to aid the locations set forth herein, namely Entwistle Avenue.
Tonight we have a public hearing. I hereby certify the public hearing ordinance has been advertised in full in the Nutley Sun issue of April 26th, and a copy was posted on the Township of Nutley Bulletin Board, first floor, Town Hall, and copies made available to all members of the public, general public. Would anybody like to be heard on ordinance number 3336? Seeing none, could I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Close the public hearing.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye.
Thank you, Mayor. I have another
Need
ordinance.
to move the ordinance.
Ordinance?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm focused on the option tonight. Move the ordinance.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye. We have another ordinance, number 337.
Yes, that is to establish what is known as a cap bank. From an appropriation standpoint, we are allowed to increase appropriations by 3.5%. With our budget this year, our appropriations are increasing 1.93%. So the difference of 1.6% is, in effect, they call bankable. It creates a paper entry, which enables us that if there is a future year when we have a very large bill that comes in that's unexpected, or for some reason we have to use our bank, we're eligible to do that. It has no effect on the current budget, and I'm not aware of, at this time, a circumstance would cause us to use the cap bank, but it's their safety net.
Open the public hearing. Anyone like to be heard on ordinance number 3337?
Michael O'Drea, 133 High Street. I just want to make sure that what you just said, that it's going to go up 1.3%, including what's going up anyway this year, right? It's an add-on, 1.3% more?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, so our property taxes are not going up 1.3%.
We are talking about the establishment of a cap bank, which under statute we are allowed to increase appropriations by 3.5% by law. We did not have to do that this year. This board worked collectively to have an increase in appropriations of 1.93%, which will increase the overall tax levy when we get to it. But this particular ordinance is to take the difference between 1.93% and 3.5% and establish what they call a cap bank, which in effect is insurance for future protection if in the event something large comes up. Paper entry.
Anyone else want to be heard on ordinance number 3337?
Penny Landry, 135 Lakeside Drive. Just to clarify, it is an appropriation, correct? So what is
Not an appropriation.
Okay,
Appropriations are included in our budget. This
Okay.
is not included in our budget. Basically says that in the event in the future, if we were having a need to add to our appropriations an increase greater than 3.5%, the paper entry, which we set up now, would enable us in the future to, in effect, increase beyond 3.5%, have what they call bankable credits from previous years where we stayed below the ceiling.
and this money from previous years has been collected via taxes, correct?
Absolutely not.
No, what is the total that's
I've
going
said-
into the paper bank? What is the dollar figure?
Of that, it's a paper entry. If you were to take the 3.5% limit, the difference between that 3.5% limit and the 1.9% actual increase appropriations to which we would have to raise taxes to collect that piece, which we are doing, the difference is 1.6%. It is a paper entry. It's a paper calculation.
Okay, so there's actually no dollar amount
Absolutely not.
associated with it.
It's a dollar amount on a piece of paper, but there is not any type of ask to any resident to pay for it.
So in layman's terms, okay, the 1.6 6% on paper is 1.6% of the total assessed value of the homes in, what, it's 1.6% of what?
1.6% of the previous year's appropriation.
And what was the previous year's appropriation?
About 50 million.
Okay, so
Actually, excuse me, about 54 million.
we collected $54 million somewhere, correct?
Yes, that relates to the budget. This is
Okay,
actually,
so there's $54 million, part of which comes from property taxes, correct?
all of which, yes, part of which, because yes, there are revenue offsets. It doesn't-
Okay. Okay, so $54 million is collected from taxpayers. Then what the bank does, this ordinance that you're going to pass to raise it 3.5, it's going to take 1.6% of that $54 million appropriation and not use it for the day-to-day running of the township. It kind of puts it in like a rainy day fund in case we need it.
We need it, yes, in the future.
Okay, and 1.6% of 54 million is approximately,
About 900 grand.
okay, so this ordinance just takes about $900,000 and puts it in a rainy day fund in case we need it, correct?
Yes. And what happens is, under the statutory requirements, keep refreshing the bank, because after, I believe it's 2 years, the bank expires. So what you put in 2 years ago goes away. So every year you want to establish the bank and keep replenishing it, because if you don't, you don't have that rainy day.
Okay, and so 2 years ago, it was approximately 900,000, and when the 2 years expired, where did that money go?
There's no money. It's a paper
Well-
entry. You erase it. It goes away.
Okay, you erase it, it goes away. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you for explaining.
Anyone else want to be heard on ordinance number 3337?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco? Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye.
Yes, I'm going to. I want to move the ordinance now.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco? Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye.
Tonight we're going to have a public hearing on our budget, but before we do that, we have received a change, which does not change the budget in total, but actually shifts dollars among line items, which necessitates us amending the budget. The particular areas that are affected are the state aid that is allocated to the school and to the county, and it's adjusting the split between those two line items. So it's basically a technical administrative adjustment. Will become the adopted budget to switch those line items previously published. Whereas the local municipal budget for the year 2016 was approved on the 19th day of April, and whereas the public hearing on said budget has been held as advertised, and whereas it is desired to amend said approved budget, now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, that the following amendments to the approved budget. Lake Valley Sewer Commission from $3,000 to $3,104,486. School aid to the schools to reduce taxation, $2,627,340 to $2,652,458. State aid to the county to reduce taxation, $935,700 to $904,096. Be it further resolved that the 3 certified copies of this resolution be filed forthwith in the office of the Director of the Local Governmental Services for his certification of the local municipal budget. Be it further resolved that a public hearing on said amendment is to be held
Well, Commissioner, I think we have to, before we move that, I think we have to open and close the public hearing on the budget. We didn't do that. So
I was going to do that, but I was advised to flip it. So go back the other way too.
let's we'll open the
Fine.
budget for public hearing.
That's what I was going to do first, but
Would anybody like to be heard on the public hearing on the 2016 municipal budget?
so let me just be clear. Any 1 minute. Just so we're clear, that budget, and I apologize because originally I was going to do that and we reversed. But just to be clear, the 2016 budget is there's $55,484,000 of appropriation. That it's a 1.93% increase. That is offset by $16,604,000 of revenues, with a net municipal levy of $38,879,350, or 1.99% increase from the prior year, which translates into 2.6%. 1.99% increase, or 2.6 points, $76. Now you can go do that.
Anybody like to be heard on our 2016 municipal budget?
Penny Landry, 135 Lakeside Drive. I have a question about the water utility. The 2000, first of all, what department does the water utility come under?
My direction.
Okay, that's DPW, thank you. The 2015 salary and wages were $1,517,000. How many employees are there in the water utility department?
Mayor, the water utility is a separate area, and that is not for public hearing.
I'm looking at the budget off of the website. This is
Fine.
This is from the,
Regular budget, that piece.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
yes, it was the user-friendly,
agree.
the user-friendly budget on the website.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
according to the state, it's user-friendly.
Yeah, I'd question it as well. Anyway, it says salaries and wages went up to $1,576,000. Other expenses went from $652,000 to $669,000. Then the water supply other expenses are $1.2 million, and the Passaic Valley expenses stayed the same at $630,000. And then the other expensive for City of Newark. So we're looking at, let's see, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million in expenses and salaries. I was just wondering how many people work in the water utility department?
I don't have that exact number tonight, Ms. Landry.
Could you tell me approximately?
Say 15?
10? 10, 15, and the salaries are $1.5 million? Okay, and do we have any state regulations for this, or is this water utility all?
Let me explain a little bit about the water utility. Water utility is not part of the budget or raised through tax dollars, but raised through water through the customers and their water bill based on usage.
So it is paid by the taxpayers?
Paid by the customers.
Yes,
Okay.
okay.
There's a little difference.
Okay, all right. So we do pay their salaries through paying our water bill. So
Correct.
that comes under DPW, and there's
Correct.
15 people, and the salaries are $1 million.
Approximately.
Who sets their salaries?
Their salaries are set by union contract, and there's also overtime included there. What you have to realize also is that the water utility is a 24/7 operation.
Right, yes,
So-
okay. It just seemed a little high, okay. But thanks for explaining that doesn't actually come from our taxes, it comes from our water bill. Our water bill pays.
Also, you should also note that the pension and benefits that come out of there are also paid by the water utility. So like the uncontrolled costs that we have in our municipal budget for pension and for benefits, also the water utility pays for those employees' pension and benefits out of the water utility, not paid out of the tax
Out of our
dollars.
water bills. Okay, good. Thank you. Then on the user-friendly budget again, appropriations summary, all operating funds, sheet UFB 3, line 32, landfill solid waste disposal, it shows a salary of $37,000 this year, which went up $3,000. What is that position, and where does that employee, what department does the landfill solid waste disposal employee come under?
Where is that?
32. It shows 108% increase from the prior year, so that kind of stuck out a little bit. A landfill solid waste disposal. Is there a person who does that for $37,000, or what is that? What is that $37,000 for? I'm just curious. It's a line item. Well, while y'all are trying to figure out that one, I have another one.
Just let me take that, and I'll get back to you on it, because I'm trying to look through the pages up here.
Okay.
So just,
Will you get back to me?
yes.
Promise? Thank you.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, thank you. All right, then I have another one. What is the NJPDES stormwater permit, street division salaries and wages, $30,000? Whose department does the stormwater permit person come under?
DPW.
DPW? Okay, thank you. And that person just does what? Street division salary and wages. Because they also, street division has other expenses, and I'm sure that that's just one person, so it's $30,000 in salary and $10,000 in other expenses. I was just wondering if that was one of those positions we could consolidate. It says salary and wages $30,000, and then other expenses $10,000.
Maybe in the budget and not have a salary position there.
Okay, it says
I don't think
salary
there's-
and wages.
Yeah, but I don't think there's an actual person. I think that's an unfilled position.
Okay, but it's still budgeted. Can we take it out of the budget if we don't have anybody in it? Okay, so somebody has a salary and then they get this additional salary.
No, that's not the case.
It's allocated
No,
to somebody
not the
else?
case. It's there in case we need to.
Okay.
If-
It's there in case we need it. Okay. All right, I have another question. This one comes under administration of township ordinances. Salary and wages, $295,000. Can you explain how we spend $300,000 for the ordinances, how that's divvied up?
That, well, for the people that are in that group, they're the responsible parties for one, issuing all of the permits for the town, dealing with zoning, construction code, and all the administration, variance, and all applications that go into town. So the people that work the window upstairs are included. You have inspectors that are included. You have the zoning official that's included. It's all part about taking the administrative code, the zoning code, for example, of the town, and making sure that when applicants come in, they understand what that is, and that there's the follow-through to make sure once they take out a permit that there's the actual follow-through to make sure they did what they were supposed to do. So
This is the code department.
the code, exactly.
Is it any other department?
No.
Just the code
No,
department.
and there's two pieces of the code department.
What are the two pieces of the code department?
The other one's code enforcement. Hey,
Code
let me just get-
department and code
Hey,
enforcement.
just let me get to my piece of paper so I
Okay.
can address your question, because the user-friendly budget is not very user-friendly.
Right.
Other sheet of paper. For me, is a little friendlier.
Well, if I might, Mayor, while they're looking for that, the $30,000 that you addressed in the budget, that's not an additional position. That position is already included in the DPW lineup. So it's just how it's broken out in the budget. It's just an allocation in the budget.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Okay, so if it's code department, it just doesn't say code department, it says whatever.
It's broken down. It's, if I could, you don't have a line item in here. What's under code department? You just have the chart of accounts that the state provides you, so you align. In the code department, there are two areas. One's the construction code, correct? And then there's the other is the administration. Like zoning. The other side is construction. So subcode inspectors, the building official, and who are involved. All of those people on the second floor, when you go to the code department, they're divided into two groups.
Thank you, and that's under that line item. Okay, and then last year we had the same amount under economic redevelopment project. We had salaries and wages, $100, fine with that. Other expenses, $320,000. First question is, was the $320,000 used last year? And if so, yes. And if not, did it go back into the general ledger?
Most of the majority of the money was used. Off the top of my head, I would say probably less than $20,000 of that account. As with all accounts, and Penny, you raised a direct question, which is important. At the end of the year, if any of these budget line items, all those budget line items that you see, they drop to what they call the reserve. They regenerate our reserve, our fund balance, which we then apply to tax reduction. Relates specifically to the $320,000 in the account. Yes, the majority of that money was used primarily in legal fees, and those, as well as other experts, as it relates to the Hoffman-LaRoche transaction.
So we used our budget for economic development to pay Roche, some of it to pay Roche legal fees.
Not Roche paying Roche legal fees, to pay for the experts that are serving the township of Nutley.
Okay, because you did say, and some of it went to legal fees.
Some of it went to legal fees, other experts, part of that process.
Okay.
As we declared the site in need of redevelopment, there's an analysis that we will go through as certain fees related to the redevelopment plan agreement, and the negotiation of Roche will be reimbursed by the ultimate buyer or the developer of
the
the
developer.
estate. Part of the reason why we declared it.
They're probably not going to reimburse the legal fees, though.
But we'll see.
Okay, good. We'll work on that. That would be nice if you could negotiate that. Okay, and let me see. The last thing is dealing with debt service. Payment of loan principal, $95,000, and last year it was $90,000. The one of interest to me is that last year interest on loans was $18,000, and this year is $17,000. Is that just due to a rate change?
Lower debt outstanding as you.
And are the purchases, the new purchases for Ciccolini's and the bike shop in this budget, in our debt service?
They're not in debt service.
No? When will they be added?
Well, we have incurred the funds, but we haven't incurred the debt because we haven't closings on both Ciccolini property and the Davis.
When do you anticipate them occurring?
I hope.
Soon? Okay, so when you said you secured the funds, you mean you went to a bank and a bank said, okay, we'll give...
We went to the market.
You went to market. What was the rate on the note?
The gross rate was 2.5%. At a bond premium.
0.73%. Right. Okay. Now, where will that show up in the budget? It'll show up in the 2017 budget, or do you have to put that new debt into this budget?
27. The interest on that will show up, and it shows up on that line.
Thank you so much. It was very informative, and congratulations to all of you. I'll tell you, since I've moved here, I've learned so much about accounting. I never was a math person, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mayor Scarpelli, Michael Ogier, 133 Hydrant. Ms. Landry brought up a point that's hitting me right now. I remember the last time I was here 4 weeks ago, you were proudly saying that how I basically kept the budget basically the same. I think you were the one that said that on this side. Am I correct? Well, about the water bill, I do remember back in 2011, going into 2012, my water bill used to be between $34 and $40 every time I got the bill. Now my water bill, 4.5, 5 years later, like $120. But what I'm trying to get at is, I'm kind of having an understanding of why it has gone up, because now I didn't know we were paying $1.5 million in salaries for 15 people. What I'm trying to get at, in the past 4 years, in my profession, which I'm at the mercy of the market forces because I'm a commissioned sales employee, my salary has dropped $30,000 a year for the past couple of years because the economy's bad. So many stores are going out of business, and a lot of businesses are just leaving New Jersey. So what I'm trying to say is how you proudly, on the left-hand side, the last time you were here, you seemed like you were capping, controlling your spending in your department, and you sounded very proud.
And we were, and we are.
But what I'm trying to say is, it has to stop.
We've had since 2007, we've had one rate increase in the water. That's it. One rate increase.
Must have been a pretty big one. Because,
maybe
I'm sure I'm not the only homeowner that has noticed that.
Maybe you're using more water, Mr. Androdi.
Well, I have the same people who live in my house like I did in 2011. And basically...
I could tell you it didn't go up 300%.
All right.
Anyone else want to be heard on the municipal budget? Seeing none?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye. Want to move the amendment, Commissioner?
Yes, so we, as I restated, and just very quickly, is we received an amendment, and it really principally the change in the allocation. We now need to move the amendment. Move on it, but I think we have to. So yeah, so you want to move on the amendment?
Second.
Yeah.
Vote, Madam Clerk.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Roll call.
Okay. Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Yeah, we just
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco? Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye. Now we'll open the public hearing on the amendment. Anybody would like to be heard on the amendment? Seeing none?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco? Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye. Now we'll move the resolution for the budget.
Now we're getting there. We're at the end. We're at the end. So, resolution on the budget for the adoption of the 2016 budget be resolved by the governing body of the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, that the budget herein set forth is hereby adopted and shall constitute an appropriation for the purposes stated of the sums therein set forth as appropriations and authorizations of the amount of municipal purposes, $37,687,738.87. Minimum library tax, $1,991,611.13. So move.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans,
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco,
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye. Commissioner Tucci.
Yes, Mayor. I have one resolution this evening. Whereas New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Green Acres Program provides loans and/or grants to municipal and county governments and grants to nonprofit organizations for assistance in the acquisition and development of lands for outdoor recreation and conservation purposes, and whereas the Township of Nutley has previously obtained a loan of $501,250 and a grant of $248,750 from the state to fund the following project: Monsignor Owens Park redevelopment. And whereas the state and the Township of Nutley intend to amend the Green Acres funding ratio for a loan of $416,840, and it's not on this resolution, but I will add it, and a grant of $333,160 in addition to a $150,000 Essex County Open Space Grant. And whereas the applicant is willing to use the state funds in accordance with its rules, regulations, and applicable statutes, and is willing to enter into an amendment of the agreement with the state for the above-named project, now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the mayor of the above-named body or board is hereby authorized to execute an agreement and any amendment thereto with the state known as Monsignor Owens Park Development. 2, the applicant has its matching share of the project in the amount of $582,641. 3, in the event the state funds are less than the total project cost specified above, the applicant has the balance of funding necessary to complete the project. 4, the applicant agrees to comply with all applicable federal, state, and local laws, rules, and regulations in its performance of the project. And 5, this resolution shall take effect immediately. I move the resolution.
Move it.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Commissioner Petracco.
Whereas sealed bids for furnishing and delivering police dispatchers and crossing guard uniforms and equipment were publicly opened and read May 11, 2016, and whereas Turnout Uniforms is the lowest bidder, and whereas the funds in the amount of $48,000 are available in appropriation entitled 6-01-310-200, Police and Dispatcher Maintenance and Allowance, and the funds in the amount of $12,500 are available in appropriation Title 6-01-308-200. Crossing guard allowance has been certified by the Chief Financial Officer, said certification being attached to this resolution. Now therefore it be resolved by the Board of Commissioners, the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the contract for furnishing and delivering police dispatchers and crossing guard uniforms and equipment consistent with the 2015 clothing voucher allocation being hereby is awarded to Turnout Uniforms, 195 Patterson Avenue, Little Falls, New Jersey. Resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Aye.
Whereas the Township of Nutley has determined that the property described on Schedule A attached hereto and appropriated hereon is no longer needed for public use, and whereas the Local Unit Technology Pilot Program and Study Act authorizes the sale of surplus personal property no longer needed for public use through the use of online auction service, and whereas the Township of Nutley intends to utilize the online auction services of propertyroom.com, and whereas the sales are being conducted pursuant to the Division of Local Services, Local Finance Notice 2008-9 and 2008-21R. Now, therefore, it be resolved by the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that 1, the Township is hereby authorized to sell the surplus personnel as indicated in the Schedule A at an online auction website entitled propertyroom.com, and 2, the terms and conditions of the agreement entered into between propertyroom.com and the Township of Nutley are available at propertyroom.com and in the Township's clerk's office. 3, a certified copy of within resolution be forwarded by the Township Clerk of the following: Chief of Police and the Chief Financial Officer. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans? Commissioner Petracco?
You know what, just for the record, let me just read in what we have here. The item descriptions are a Chevy van 1989, a Ford Crown Vic 2004, a Ford four-door 2006, a Ford four-door 2006 also, and a Chevy four-door 2000. I vote aye.
Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye.
I think that's all I have, Mayor.
Whereas the Township of Nutley, through the Department of Public Works, has a need to acquire the services of an engineering consultant for the specialized and professional engineering services for the safe routes to school for the Township of Nutley. And whereas Negley Engineering, 34 Park Avenue, P.O. Box 426, Lyndhurst, New Jersey, has submitted a proposal dated April 29, 2016, indicating they will provide construction engineering inspections, which NJDOT requires an outside firm to perform such inspection services. Whereas Negley Engineering has completed and submitted a business entity disclosure certification, which certifies that said corporation has not made any disqualifying reportable contributions to a political or candidate committee in the Township of Nutley in the previous 1 year, and that the contract will prohibit Negley Engineering from making any reportable contributions to the term of the contract. Whereas the contract is not to exceed $19,700 for construction and engineering inspection services, and whereas funds are available from account ordinance number 3243A, have been certified by Chief Financial Officer, and certification be attached to this resolution. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley enter into a contract with Negley Engineering Associates as described therein, and be it further resolved that the business disclosure entity certification and the determination of value be placed on file with this resolution. Be it further resolved that a notice of this action shall be printed once in the Nutley Sun in accordance with the local public contracts law. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans? Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye. Be resolved by the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the Township Clerk is hereby authorized to advertise for sealed bids for the Harrison Street Roadway Improvement Section 1 in the Township of Nutley to be received on behalf of the Board of Commissioners in Commission Chambers, Township Hall, 1 Kennedy Drive, Nutley, New Jersey, Wednesday, June 8, 2016, at 3 p.m. prevailing time, which that will be open and read. I said previously that this was a CDBG grant, DOT grant. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans? Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye. Be resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the Township Clerk is hereby authorized to advertise for sealed bids for the 2016 roadway improvements in the Township of Nutley to be received on behalf of the Board of Commissioners in Commission Chambers, Township Hall, 1 Kennedy Drive, Nutley, New Jersey, on Wednesday, June 15th, 2016, at 3 p.m. prevailing time, which time they will be open to read. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans? Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye. Whereas public works services provided in the Township of Nutley are an integral part of citizens' everyday lives, and whereas the year 2016 marks the 56th annual National Public Works Week sponsored by the American Public Works Association. Now, therefore, be resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that we do hereby proclaim the week of May 15, 2016 as National Public Works Week in the Township of Nutley, and call upon all citizens and civic organizations to acquaint themselves with the issues in providing public works and to recognize the contributions which public works employees make every day to our health, safety, comfort, and quality of life, and move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans? Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye. Whereas raffle applications have been received by the following organizations: Nutley Volunteer Emergency Rescue Squad, license number 2616, off-premise 50/50 cash raffle to be held Sunday, September 25th, 2016. Knights of Columbus Holy Family Council, 14712, license number 2716, bingo, Friday, July 8th, 2016. And the Knights of Columbus Holy Family Council, 14712, license number 2816, on-premise 50/50 cash raffle to be held on Friday, July 8, 2016. Whereas the applications have been reviewed and approved by the Municipal Clerk and the Police Department. Now, therefore, be resolved by the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the aforementioned licenses are approved and the municipal clerk is authorized to issue the license. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans? Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye. That concludes the business portion of the meeting. Now open it up to the public. Madam Clerk, will you read the notice?
Yes, Mayor. All persons addressing the Board of Commissioners regarding community concerns should approach the microphone and provide their name and address for the record. Unless further time is granted by the Board, each person shall limit their address to 5 minutes. All remarks to the Board and its individual members must be addressed to the Mayor. The Mayor may defer citizens' comments to the appropriate member of the Board. Dialogue between citizens and others addressing the Board shall be allowed unless the Mayor or presiding officer or the majority of the membership of the Board shall determine that the interests of decorum and or the expeditious conduct of municipal business are being adversely affected by such dialogue.
Any members of the public like to be heard?
Penny Landry, 135 Lakeside. Question from today's reorganization meeting. Was the IT department moved from Revenue and Finance to Parks and Public Property?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. A request to our new mayor by code, by ordinance, actually, by law. There is a Citizens Advisory Committee, which our previous mayor chose not to enact, so I'm here to make a request of you as our new mayor that you enact the Citizens Advisory Committee as provided by in the ordinance and township code, which is an advisory committee to support the planning board, which, are you still serving on the planning board? Okay, good. So the code reads that it is at the will of the mayor to enact that Citizens Advisory Committee or not, so I'm asking that you respectfully consider enacting it.
Take it under advisement.
Okay, thank you. And then my fifth time here asking that the Economic Development Advisory Committee be listed as a committee on the NutleyNewJersey.org website, and that the meetings be available and open to the public, and that the minutes are provided without having to be opened. So if you would also take that under consideration, Mayor Scarpelli, it would be appreciated.
Thank you, Ms. Landry.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to be heard tonight?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Scarpelli?
Aye.
And the time is now 8:18.